Hello everyone. I need to say this has just been another great week visiting clubs. Only 2 clubs this week, but 2 very wonderful clubs. Before I tell you about my week, I want to encourage all of you to help your club get its message out to the public. Tell your story. That's what I'm doing in these weekly blogs. Because remember, when people know who we are and what we do, our clubs will grow and our impact as Rotarians is going to be leveraged. By the way, all these weekly blogs are available for review at our district website. Please tell your fellow club members about them and encourage them to take a look. And thanks. After 3 days at home, on Monday I headed back over the mountain to Sisters for a meeting with President Kurt Davis and the Sisters Rotary Club leadership team. It became very clear that this club is organized and focused on accomplishing results while having fun at the same time. A district grant covers about half the cost of the club's flagship project called Books for Kids. This is a gift of literacy model project that gives every first grade student in Sisters country a hardback book of their choosing, along with a small backpack with school supplies, fun things, and a t-shirt. The club also partners with the Assistance League of Bend, Sisters Kiwanis, and others to help fund Operation School Bell for Sisters students. Operation School Bell is the Assistance League's signature program that provides new clothes to students of needy families so that they are warm for the winter and can go to school with dignity. Sisters Rotary joined this effort last year, and this year the club will clothe 66 needy students in Sisters. Very nice and worthwhile. We discussed the importance of telling the club's story so the community better understands Rotary's impact in the area. The club wants to get involved in international projects, so we discussed how to do this as well. We adjourned the business meeting and departed for Aspen Lakes and the fabulous home of Sisters Rotary past president Francie and her husband, past district governor Hal Kibbe, where we enjoyed a wonderful social and fabulous dinner with club members and their partners. One of the club members is Burl Rupp. He has been in Rotary since 1958 and has a perspective about the organization that accompanies his decades as a Rotarian. Pretty sharp fella too, very interesting. Sisters Rotary meets at the Aspen Lakes Clubhouse in a fabulous setting. A couple members confessed it's sometimes difficult to pay attention with all the beautiful scenery in the background through the windows. President Kurt introduced Assistant Governor Spike Biggers, and then Spike in turn introduced me, as is our custom in District 5110. As I began my comments, I thought I enjoyed everyone's attention until I caught sight of PDG Hal Kibbe out of the corner of my eye, and then I caught him in sharp focus, wearing noise-canceling Bose earphones. At our clubs, there's often an element of good-natured humor about the governor's speech. Hal got me good with that one. Last month, I helped out at the Sisters Rotary Hoedown, the club's major fundraiser, so it was great to see checks from that fundraiser issued to the nonprofits the club supports. When it came time to once again recognize the club's especially inspiring Rotarians, it was a privilege to present the mini Myrtlewood Rotary mementos to Jennifer Burrows and Mark Madron. It was thoughtful for the club to make a donation to Polio Plus in my name. Much appreciated, and thanks, President Kurt. One last thing. Thanks to District Governor nominee Cindy O'Neill for attending the meeting. She's going to be a great governor in 2020-2021, just as PDG Hal Kibbe was in 2006-2007. Leaving Sisters, I hurried west down the mountain to Springfield for a reunion with my former home club, Springfield Rotary. Springfield is the true inspiration for Matt Groening's The Simpsons, and Springfield Rotary was a true inspiration for me at a very challenging time in my life. As a footnote here, the clubs I've already visited will understand this. The club totally blew me away with a big celebration at past President Mark and Debbie Johnson's home in Eugene. You can see how stressed out Mark and past President John Hallgren were as they awaited my arrival. By the way, That's my sidekick Tessa with me. Over 70 folks attended, including Rotarians and their partners, Rotaractors, Interactors, and youth exchange students. This was simply an over-the-top event and great welcome home to one of their own, even though I'm no longer a member of the club. Just take a look at some of the photos and imagine the fun we had. At the same time, I was able to have some great, very nice one-on-one conversations to get an update on the club's projects and issues. And then after a wonderful barbecue, there was cake. Can you believe it? I hope you're all not ready to stick a fork in me this early in the year, because I'm just getting started. But stick a fork in me it was, in the cake that is. I want to especially mention here that it was super to get to meet Rotaractors Casey Bohm and Kristen Bartels. We have 5 Rotaract clubs in District 5110, and visiting each of these is one of my top priorities this year. And by the way, I also want to give a shout out to Assistant Governor Justicia Trusnewski. Thanks a lot, Justicia. You are a Rotary star. District 5110 has several clubs that are consistently high performers year after year, and Springfield Rotary is definitely one of these. We'll see the club as a leader again by participating in both global and district grants every year. It has an active project in Nicaragua underway right now, the Ecocino Stove Factory project. It has one of the most robust literacy projects in the district, this being a gift of literacy project that provides over 900 Springfield first graders with their very own hardback book and a great experience at Lane Community College. My September monthly message emailed to everyone describes this in detail, so take a look. This year, the club achieved its highest level of support yet for the Foundation's annual fund by contributing over $19,000 in giving. The club is also working on having 100% of its members being Foundation contributors. I could go on and on. Wednesday was my official visit to the club, and it was an emotional one for me. So many great friends, so many great memories. Song leader Tom Dragoo kicked things off with a special song just for me.
Singing doo-wah-diddy-diddy-dum diddy-doo with D.G. Bill as he goes his merry way, singing doo-wah-diddy-diddy-dum diddy-doo.
Assistant Governor Justicia Trusnewski introduced me with comments that I'm sure my mother would have loved hearing, and I gave a talk that several in the district have heard by now. Springfield was my 27th club visit. It was another privilege for PDG Mike Fishnaller and I to honor several for their commitment to the Rotary Foundation. No less than 11 members received their first Paul Harris Fellow, always a special occasion. Tony LaMarche, John Hallgren, and Tammy Fitch were recognized for achieving multiple Paul Harris giving levels. And the club honored Joanne Hallgren with a Paul Harris Fellow as a celebration for her 50-year anniversary with John, who, by the way, is my official driver, tongue-in-cheek, to lease some of our club visits. Best of all was my privilege and high honor to recognize Tom and Marge Cochran as new major donors to the Rotary Foundation. Tom has been in Rotary longer than he can remember, has steadily given to the foundation year after year, and demonstrates by example that major donor achievement is possible by giving every year and placing value on what it is that the foundation does. It's not about the money, it's about why we give and what the money does. So, I'm sorry for getting a little windy this week. I just love Rotary and what our clubs are accomplishing. Wednesday afternoon, I headed home for the long holiday weekend. 6 nights at home. I'll have to figure out what to do with myself. Wait, I almost forgot about Linda's honey-do list. I better get to that. So until next time, dream big, have fun, get stuff done, and be the inspiration. Bye-bye.